Keane, cool though he may be, will feel emotional about this. Frank, from a professional point of view, how do players approach a match like this?
Well, I think in most situations, a Testamonial, you're feeling running around at half pace. But actually, when you actually play against Celtic, it's a little bit of a different game.
Well, we're looking forward to that, and we have the teams in the tunnel, so let's confirm who is going to be involved this evening. And the Manchester United side, there's no Gary Neville, who's on the bench, but no Ruud van Nistelrooy, and he's not on the bench, so look out for the two youngsters, 18-year-old Gerard Piqué, who's a centre-back by trade, and Giuseppe Rossi up front, partnering Luis Saha. Paul Scholes and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer are on the bench. Roy Keane wearing the captain's armband tonight for Celtic. He'll switch in the second half to lead out Manchester United. And his children here with him, wife and family, have obviously attended this very important occasion. A man who was reluctant initially to have a testimonial match, but then was prevailed upon to do so, and I think when he walks out here this evening, he realised that was a very good decision. So Roy Keane and his children make the long walk up the famous tunnel at Old Trafford. To him, Frank, I think he is feeling a little bit emotional there.
Yeah, and that's not something you can say very often about Roy Keane. He doesn't get emotional about things, but with his family there and this amount of crowd here tonight, it's an unbelievable scenario. But you know, I still think there's going to be a competitive edge to the game. We wouldn't want it any other way.
So the guard of honour there, the two sides lining up to allow Roy Keane to take his bow in the middle of the field. Huge contingent of Celtic supporters, remarkable attendance, 23,000 here. And the man of the moment takes the acclaim. His 5 children with him, and that will mean a great deal to him, I'm sure. I just wonder what they make of that. Well, the entire stadium united in its admiration for one of football's greatest players of the modern era. You seldom see him look quite so friendly and relaxed before a match starts.
No, you don't see him smiling on the football pitch too often, all right. But I think it must be a great feeling, and having your family there with you, it's one of those times. You very rarely get a chance to do that, but it'll be a lovely feeling. But it'll all go out of the way once that ball is kicked and we're off and running. We'll get stuck into it, and hopefully, I don't think we'll see any sort of injuries, but. As we were just talking about there before, Joe, the actual game itself, I've played in testimonial matches against Celtic for Arsenal and Manchester United, and the game is competitive. It isn't a tap about. Everybody's going in to try and win the ball. Obviously being very aware not to get injured, but at the same time, if you don't have that competitive edge, the game is boring.
Well, Roy Keane waving there, I wonder what it's to his wife Teresa, who is here, not a regular attendant at matches he plays in, but she's here this evening, naturally with the children. So a mark of appreciation there from Roy Keane to all those players who clearly respect him so much. Let's check on that Celtic team. They're at full strength, apart perhaps from Shunsuke Nakamura, who's not featuring. He's preparing for the World Cup with Japan, and Roy Keane will be starting this match in green and white, but expected to change to red and black for the second half. Just checking the Manchester United formation first, Frank.
Yeah, so I think that the big surprise is Piqué playing in midfield. But that's it, that position is the one that Manchester United are trying to fill. Obviously, since Roy Keane's departure, Ryan Giggs has been extremely effective in that position since he went in there. But they need a combative midfield player. Piqué is that, but he's only a young player. He's only just turning 19, but he's got a nice touch on the ball. And I think that they're probably having a look over these next few months and into next season. If they don't find somebody to replace Roy Keane or John O'Shea in that midfield position, Piqué could be the man.
And the Celtic formation, a very familiar one. No surprises there. Petrov may push to a more central area. Sean Maloney could push forward.
Yeah, interested to see whether they push on to Roy Keane and try and stop it from starting the moves. Obviously Neil Lennon, similar sort of player, keeps the ball, keeps it nice and simple, and I think with the competitive edge it will be interesting to see how Hartson and Zurawski come up against the two United centre-halves.
So an extensive list of substitutes there. You see Gary Neville who come on, Roy Keane listed as a man as substitute, Paul Scholes and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, very welcome players. And two youngsters there, Fraser Campbell and Kevin Lee for Celtic. Familiar list of subs, and Bubble Baldy is back after missing several matches with a stomach injury. Rocco Quinn and Charlie Mulgrew with another man, Dundee United, could also feature. So Roy Keane in the unfamiliar situation of shaking hands with his opposing captain Ryan Giggs, with whom he played for so many distinguished years here at Old Trafford. Yeah, Celtic huddle and some very relaxed faces in there too. I wonder just what's being said by Roy Keane at the moment. Sir Alex Ferguson in very relaxed mood, no doubt about that. The kind of occasion he can enjoy.
Manchester United, number 2, Gary Neville.
Referee Mark Halsey, I think, setting the tone there, is telling the players just how he intends to go about things this evening. A little bit of licence normally from the officials in these matches, Frank.
Yeah, of course, as long as there's nothing silly, but at the same time we're still expected to have a real go here. And you were just saying there, Sir Alex being relaxed. I remember at Aberdeen coming here from Martin Buchan's testimonial in a pre-season match, and we were winning 2-0 at half time. You could almost hear the screaming from the dressing room to get out there and put out a performance in the second half, and they did come back and the game ended up 2-2.
Well, we were wondering about PK playing in the midfield position. He is not starting there. Rio Ferdinand is going to start in midfield, which is very interesting indeed. I suspect he may play a brisk 45 minutes in World Cup preparation, Frank.
Yeah, and Ferdinand has played there before. They've used him in League Cup matches to play in that position. And there's no doubt about it, he has the ability to actually get on the ball, and it's just getting used to playing in that position. He can play the ball, as you just saw there, for the first time, but it's getting to terms with the, closing people down. I think it was the Wolves game in the FA Cup this year. That was the match that he played in.
So a very interesting switch tactically. PK in fact starting at right back, Vidic and Brown at centre back, Evra at left back. The clearance there by Howard. This is Louis Saha, and the first touch for Giuseppe Rossi. Paul Telfer's been here many times before in his time with Coventry and Southampton. Richardson's pass collected now by Giggs. This stadium packed full of international footballers for this match. There's one of them, Patrice Evra, with the ambitious long-range effort, which doesn't trouble Arthur Borch.
Yeah, this player, Evra, he hasn't really played enough games to really make an assessment. I've got a feeling that he could be a wide left player in the midfield rather than a left back. He's very, very quick. Obviously still come with the terms a little bit with the pace of the Premiership, but I just think that it looks like he's got the ability to go on the outside of people and get decent crosses in.
Slipped by Boric, but the goal kick reaches Petrov. Here's Telfer closed down rapidly by Richardson. This is Zurawski. And now Keane. Zurawski tackled well in midfield there by Ferdinand. And Stephen McManus goes to retrieve, and one of the players who did not go to Japan with Scotland for the Kirin Cup so that he could play in this match and again on Thursday night against Newcastle United, the Alan Shearer testimonial. David Marshall is on the bench. He is in that category. So too is Sean Maloney, who's in possession. And now it's Roy Keane. Now Saha, chance to run it. Varga, that's good play. Giuseppe Rossi waits in the middle with Ronaldo. Tester there for Arthur Boric from Saha. Hartson takes over from Wilson. This is Maloney. Well, there's certainly no suggestion this is other than a normal football match, Frank.
No, the pace is good, and of course the atmosphere has created that. We'll just wait and see, just as we get around the penalty area, see the tackles coming in there, which is, I think that's what people want to see. They don't want to see people posing around and just looking to lay the ball off square. They want to see some progressive football and attacking football, and obviously goals as well would be nice. But I've been in a lot of these games where it's 0-0, Jock.
Well, let's hope that's not the case here, but the players not prefer playing normal football though, Frank, and not exhibition stuff.
No, I think the pace of the game, nobody's given time on the ball to try and pick out, what are passes that look good.
There's Richardson sprinting away there from Telford. A very good ball across. No one in position to attack that. Saha was outside the penalty area when that ball came in. That's Ronaldo. Nimble footwork demonstrated once again.
Yes, he could be a star of the World Cup this year. He plays a different role, I think, for Portugal. Very exciting player on the ball, but sometimes can be frustrating when he doesn't release the ball early enough, but very, very talented.
Sean Maloney using Keane's presence behind. Sharp interception there by Ferdinand in midfield, and Giggs spotted Boric off his line. Look for the spectacular finish.
And it is World Cup here.
And sadly, once again, Ryan Giggs will not be involved. That's a real tragedy in his entire career so far, and no World Cups.
Yeah, much is the pity. I think the Welsh team in 3-4 years ago, possibly the strongest they've had since '58. They just didn't make it.
Vidic brings it clear. That's for Rossi, who's challenged strongly by Varga. Varga's status with the club in question for next season. Expected to leave. Wes Brown's header. This is Evra. Richardson turning into Lennon rather. And hustled into trouble there on the touchline. Another strike in the technical area. A suggestion that he's prepared to relax on the bench. Good running again by Giggs. Magnificent movement from Giggs. That's Rossi beaten to the ball by McManus. Well, the big debate really is where Ryan Giggs is most effective now, Frank.
Yeah, well, the little glimpse of turning the clock back there from years ago. Neil Lennon wasn't quite sure where he was going. And this is almost a fantastic ball, but still be producing stuff like that in this latter half of the season.
That's Ronaldo. Oh, you had a very good strike in the ball, Ronaldo, with both feet.
Yeah, nobody coming out to close him down, and he doesn't need prompting to have a shot. It wasn't quite as hard as he can hit it, but you have to be aware of that.
That's one for Zarowski to chase. Wes Brown quick enough though to get there well ahead of the Polish international striker. Here's Tim Howard, who's reckoned to be on his way to Everton for a season's loan, while Edwin van der Sar holds the number 1 jersey here. This is Ferdinand. Rossi's layoff. Now Ronaldo. Space over on the far side for Evra. Petrov is sucked inside into that central midfield area, having space on the far side for Manchester United. Now Giggs. That's for Rossi. Brilliant save by Boric. But what a reminder there is Stephen McManus of the quality of strikers at this level.
Oh, this is a fantastic cross in. What a good movement by Rossi ahead of the defender. That is a fantastic save. He couldn't have seen that 4 yards away. Fantastic.
Well, Rossi so close to scoring. He's only made 5 starts in the senior team for Manchester United. 7 appearances from the bench. He scored 4 goals so far. Now Richardson. United exploiting space on their left-hand side. May well be that Gordon Strachan has to address that before long, with Petrov always inclining to come into the centre of midfield to join Keane and Lennon. Maloney to Hartson. That's good play. Pass from Keane was an excellent one. Short and accurate for Hartson. This is Mark Wilson. Keane again supporting all the players in possession. Does that so well. Petrov's dummy, good movement. And Vidic and Brown closed in very effectively there. They were quick in the turn, the centre-backs.
Yeah, good prompting from Keane there, wasn't it? Good work, good running off the ball. Just didn't squeeze through the two defenders there.
In fairness to Ferdinand, he looks extremely comfortable in that centre midfield position. Vidic across there to Evra. Marcus pass collected in midfield by Lennon. Maloney allowed there to turn. Wilson always keen to charge forward on the left hand side. Running at PK. Zurawski. Petrov. And a ricochet. Falls kindly for Tim Howard. Good sharp play around the box so from Celtic. Referee Halsey cuts that off and Hartson takes advantage. Here's Petrov. Good handling by Howard. Roy Keane was the player looking for the rebound.
That's a long way out. He's fancy his chances. William Petrov didn't quite catch it. They just crept past the post. Goalkeeper wasn't sure.
William Petrov has asked for a transfer from Celtic, the longest serving player, joined the club in 1999, captain of Bulgaria, a player I think who could certainly grace the Premiership. McManus goes for distance, looking for Hartson. It's good play. Now Maloney. Lennon supporting from midfield with Keane. Telford trying to offer an option on the far touchline. Celtic happy to retain possession here. String some passes together, settle into the match. Mark Wilson, £500,000 signing the January window from Dundee United, and he has been a huge success so far, despite playing what most people think is the wrong side of the pitch on the left, where he's naturally a right-sided player. This is Giggs and now Evra. Richardson under pressure there from Petrov. Advantage given. Evra in possession. Now Richardson. Oh, that's a lovely turn there by Rossi. Oh, he skipped away there from McManus once again. Looks very sharp with the ball at his feet. Yeah,
he's very, very good. He's got great feet, good movement. He had no real right to win this ball. Let it run across him. Just a little bit unlucky. He came back off the defender onto his knee, but I think this boy's got real potential. And I think we may see a lot more of him next season, particularly the situation with Van Nistelrooy is clarified in these next couple of months.
Giggs held up by Petrov. Hartson battling hard there with Vidic. PK's pass. Here's Ferdinand. Good control shown there by Patrice Evra. Sahar goes ahead. Keane and Lennon in the centre of the field again for Celtic. This is Maloney hugging that left touchline. Supporting the outside now by Wilson. Misunderstanding there with Zurawski. Now Rossi. Looking for a run there from Louis Sahar, but Paul Telford read that well for Celtic.
Well, for a second they had 4v3. They just waited a couple of more seconds. Could have made the extra man count, but decided to try and play the hard one. Through to the goalkeeper.
Maloney drifting inside to get him more involved in the play. Intricate passing in the middle of the field there. A good challenge made by Vidic, and now Ferdinand has possession for United. Piqué. Well, the pace has dropped a little from the hectic start to the match. Both sides content to knock passes around the field in deep positions. I suspect that Both managers may be less than happy about that. Now is with Evra. Saha. Good support from Evra. Evra once again taking the pass from Giggs. Appears to be a problem out there for Celtic, the way United find so much space on the left. Move breaks down though.
Well, I think the way they play normally, United, is, you know, slow build up, slow, and then all of a sudden they hit you with pace in that final third. And the two centre-backs have to be very, very concentrated on what's happening, on the people around them and the movement, people coming through. And that's the normal way Man United play, and obviously it's worked very much for them this season, not as much as they would have wanted, but I think sometimes when you play teams on a regular basis, you get to know what things are about, and obviously these two teams don't play each other that often.
Well, yes, Stephen McManus has had a great first season as a Celtic regular. Well, it's a bit of a surprise he didn't take the chance to make his international debut in Japan. I'm sure he would have done. 23 years old now. Scored 8 times this season. Very good return for a centre-back. Saha to Ferdinand. Wes Brown looking there for Ronaldo, who's been pretty quiet since the start of the match. Just an odd glimpse. Lennon in quickly on Giggs. Good challenge. This is Petrov. Now Hartson. Support comes from Keane. Maloney now attacking Piqué. Foul there coming inside. That's a free kick to Celtic, and a very good opportunity for the set-piece expert Maloney.
Yeah, very positive there. Young Piqué is normally plays centre-back for the reserve team, and I think he's just finding it a little bit difficult in the air, especially when people are running at him, but he's still learning the game. Real opportunity, as you say, here for Celtic.
Well, Maloney extremely good in this situation. Good attempt on goal, and he's done just that. That's a fine save by Howard, and it had to be. Brilliant attempt by Maloney.
Well, he's got it up and over the wall, going in the top corner, and the goalkeeper was scrambling just to get there. Brilliant effort, absolutely.
Now Maloney with a corner. Howard with the punch out. Throw goes to Manchester United. No complaint there from Petrov, who was marking Richardson. Ferdinand's pass, looking for Ronaldo. Just a shade too long.
A lot of people have suggested that Ferdinand could actually play for England in that position. We do have plenty of centre-backs, but of course we do have a big choice in midfield. But as a sitting player in the cover, if he needed to slot into that position in the back four, if one of the centre-backs gets thrown out, they know the positions to pick up.
Zarafsky's pace taking him clear on the right-hand side. The Celtic attack. It's underway in the end by Wes Brown. Promising attack there from Celtic, but now there's space here for Richardson to exploit on the left. That was a very good tackle by Keane. That made all the difference. Halted the progress of the flying English international. Changing a joke and a smile.
Well, it was a decent tackle, wasn't it? You say nobody's pulling out. Well, there's nothing dangerous about the tackle. At the same time, both lads want to win the ball.
Piqué's header reaches Ronaldo. He's away from Keane, but not from McManus, who made a very good challenge on him. One which I suspect Ronaldo wouldn't relish too much with the World Cup so imminent.
I don't think you can go into any match thinking like that, Jock, honestly. I think that you've got to go out and say, right, it's a game, you've got to get on with it. It's like any time you go on the pitch, you're thinking of injury, it's going to happen.
Well, he's back on his feet, Ronaldo, not looking too comfortable at the moment, but looks like a knock he can run off. Good challenge by Vidic. Here's Saha. Held up by Wilson. The referee's given the foul against Saha. Saha looks aggrieved. It will change nothing. The free kick goes to Celtic.
Well, initially I thought that Saha's short was being pulled, but in the end he knew what he was doing. He looked on that probably as a tackle from behind.
Now Paul Telfer for Celtic. Well, what an end to his career, joining the club a year ago, winning his championship medal, a regular on the side. Vargas pass, here's Lennon. Petrov and Keane. Now Maloney. Rossi trying to cut off a ball back to Varga. Lennon reacted quickly. This is Maloney against Giggs. Or it's Zurawski now. It's Maloney involved in that incident, and Zurawski making the run ahead, looking for the pass. This is Zurawski. Kept too low there by Telford, but it's back with Lennon, still promising for Celtic. Keane calls for the ball in the middle. Fine effort there by Roy Keane. How he'd have enjoyed that in these circumstances.
Not quite his distance, a little bit outside what they expect Roy to score a goal from, but he was encouraged by the crowd. Good shot. I don't think he was going to beat Howard with that one, but I think he enjoyed it.
Little exchange there with Rio Ferdinand. He's got a winding him off a little about that.
Probably said to him he should have had a shot there.
McManus with the pass back. Well, Tim Howard perhaps matching the shave from Arthur Boric early on, the save from Rossi, and Howard did that against Maloney. Two excellent saves in the match. Now Ferdinand striding forward purposefully. Piqué. Now Ronaldo. Oh, not quite sure what was intended there. It was almost on Zurawski's head. So a slow, measured build-up starts again from United. With Ferdinand. It's cut off easily by Lennon. Now Wes Brown. Giggs comes short. That's for Saha. Support behind from Ronaldo. Well, he is the kind of player you'd want to see in a testimonial match, Ronaldo, with the trickery and skills which he can demonstrate to the full. Ferdinand's pass is a good one. This is Richardson. Well, perhaps not quite so deadly on his right foot coming inside like that. That's the left-sided player.
Yeah, he's not really the threat when he comes in. Decided to have a go at the swinger. Well and truly swung, that was well wide.
Well, might have scored twice in his England debut.
And there is talk of him going, and that he's serious contender for the place in the team. Gives him a good option, doesn't he? The England side, which they've had problems for a number of years on the left-hand side.
Match to the left side, a lot of pace. Keane in there quickly on Ronaldo, and the Piqué wins that from Keane. Good turn by Rossi. Caught there by Varga. It's a free kick to United. He's electric, this young man, Rossi.
He is very direct once he gets. Great turn of the ball here. Shrugs off the first defender as he gets past there. Maybe Varga just caught him. Maybe just caught him on the knee. I think he was going to lose the ball anyway. I think it's very generous by the referee.
Not a great deal on that challenge, but it gives Giggs or Richardson or Ronaldo an opportunity here. Referee Halsey has not authorised the free kick yet. I've never seen Roy Keane so relaxed and smiling in the football field. Looks like Giggs. Now Evra gets the rebound and takes a crunching tackle there from McManus. Now Piqué. Zaha. Ferdinand checking the options around, uses Vidic behind. Well, that tackle from Steve McManus is the only kind of tackle he can make, a wholly committed one.
I think if anybody was in doubt that this was a testimonial, that this is it. It tells you I want to win that ball. Friendly or no friendly, I want to win that ball, and I think it's great to see him again like this.
Well, he's had a couple of difficult moments, McManus, from young Rossi, and perhaps he was very keen to establish his credentials there with that challenge.
Well, I think he's going to have to learn very quickly, because it's, you're going to see it next season in the Champions League, and you don't get a second chance. But he's learning, and he looks like a very good prospect.
Brilliant pass there by Giggs to Richardson. This is Rossi. Giggs again. Lennon covering back, and the ball runs for the goal kick. Well, Giggs certainly looks very lively too. A lot of pace in this United side.
I think we're at the stage where we could do with a goal, one way or the other, with the tempo a little bit, both sides.
Still the enthusiasm around this magnificent stadium, remarkable. In fact, I'm even questioning, Frank, whether the Celtic contingent is as little as 23,000. They seem to be everywhere.
Yes, well, you look at through both ends of the ground, but then you do have a lot of supporters who support both clubs.
Yes, that's a factor in the whole thing, And they all support Roy Keane, of course. Ronaldo at pace, holding off Maloney, chased by Wilson. They're both very quick too. There we go, there's the war paint in the face, reflecting their respect for the hero. Back with Piqué. Evra has seen all of the ball in the early stages of the match, so too is Ferdinand. Vidic looking for Zaha, good first touch. Running up a blind alley there though eventually. Celtic had lots of cover in that area. Good play from defence. Hartson forced to hurry by Giggs. Welsh international teammates for so long. Phil Hartson's retiral. Keane sending Zurowski away. Howard changed his mind. Almost caught out there. Well, he seemed to be in charge of the whole situation, however, then checked out for a moment, and that made life difficult. Well, let off in the end for Manchester United, no doubt about that.
He's very fortunate to get away with that. Once the goalkeeper backs off, we've always fancied the forward. And then he realised that he could still get it. He scrambled it away.
There's Rossi stepping away from McManus, but running into Lennon. Vidic was strong there against Hartson. Evra's pass finds Richardson. Ferdinand. Waiting for movement around. Not much happening. Evra offers that option on the left, and that'll be a corner kick. The deflection came off Paul Telfer.
Well, it's all very narrow, wasn't it? There wasn't very much space.
Just Tim Howard's let off.
Yeah, he backs off and then decides that he's going to go for it. And he was very fortunate. Zurowski wasn't onto it quicker, because it would have been an easy chance for him.
Just think how easy it would have been for him. He kept coming the first time. He would have been well ahead of Zurowski.
Yeah, he would have been well clear. The ball would have been well down the other end of the pitch then.
Giggs with the corner, the outswinger. Clarkson couldn't get to that. Here's Ronaldo who can return it. It's a good ball in, well won by Varga. Now the counter-attack led here by Maloney. for Wilson. Good recovery work by Ronaldo. Well, perhaps feeling a little bit guilty about his cross being cleared so easily. Giggs in possession again. He's made 669 appearances for Manchester United. Scored 154 goals. And Giggs, incredible servant. Still with lots more to offer, I think, Frank.
Yeah, since he's gone in that central midfield position, he's been a revelation this year. Because what he does, what you don't tend to get in most of the leagues, is players running from midfield with the ball. They tend to be central midfield players who can pass it well. They tend to just get it and give it, but when he gets it, he commits midfield players, and I think that's given Manchester United another element to their attacking poise.
Just trying an ambitious pass there, but it's cut on well by Telfer. Here's Zurawski. Petrov to Lennon. Cool play by Varga. Good passing again from Celtic. Keane comes short to take possession again. Lennon to Hartson. Maloney under pressure from Piqué. Forced to go back. Manis going for height there, not likely to get the better of Vidic. Zurawski with that kind of pass. Here's Lennon. And now Keane. A sprinting figure on the far side is Telfer. Closed down rapidly by Kieran Richardson. This is Petrov. Keane will start again. Well, Lennon. Zurawski. Maloney held up well there by Piqué. Well, Celtic generally finding it hard to make that final pass in the final third of the field.
I think United have so much possession. I think that they're working so hard to make sure they don't give any space away, that when they get the ball, it's very hard for people to go up and support the two front players.
Oh, you can break. Richardson goes forward. There's Giggs behind, and Piqué coming from right back. Back from Ferdinand to Vidic. Careless pass by Vidic, forcing Evra to backtrack. Here's Giggs again. That's for Saha. Cut back met there by Wilson. Moves very well, Saha, into spaces on each side of the centre-backs.
Yeah, he works that very well.
Wayne Rooney in the stand with his girlfriend Pauline. Here's Piqué. Well, a little bit of ambition being shown by a number of players in shooting positions around the box in this first half of the match.
I'm just going to say about Saha, he's one of those players. He brings the centre-backs in short and just spins off the shoulder. And if the full-backs are pushed on in any space, he exploits it. And I think he's had a super season when he's come in the team. And he's been really the problem for Van Nistelrooy.
If he takes over from Van Nistelrooy on a sort of permanent basis as the principal striker, how well do you think he can do?
Well, I think that in terms of producing goals, I don't think he'll get as many goals. But in terms of leadership of the front line, and he gives you more aggression. He can hold the ball up better than Ruud, but I don't think he'll get as many goals. But then sometimes you have to do that. You look at your team and you look at other areas to get your goals. And as long as the end result is the same as it was before, well then people will be happy. They won't be looking at him to get as many goals as Van Nistelrooy, because he's exceptional.
With Maloney. And now Lennon. Telfer well forward again. Maloney drifting inside to get involved in the play. Roy Keane is right on the left-hand side of the pitch at the moment. He's ahead of Mark Wilson, and could take a pass here. Careless play there by Maloney. Celtic is suffered for that. Zaha held up strongly there by McManus. Giggs with a pass, offside against Richardson. Boruc is winning the race anyway, and the referee's allowing play to continue. It's a good advantage. So it could well be that Zaha's partner for next season will be Wayne Rooney up front. That would be very interesting to see settling in.
Yeah, well, they did play. They went through that unbeaten run of games. I think it was 8 straight wins, 9 straight wins, and it was very much to the fore in those matches.
Zarowski moving wide, followed there by Brown. Good sharp challenge by Wes Brown.
Yeah, just Wes Brown just waiting. Very patient defender. You know, he's a bit unlucky this season. He got a great run in the team and then ended up getting a slight hamstring injury, which is not normal for him.
Tim Howard coming to punch. Did so very effectively. That's a good header by Petrov. It's back with Maloney. Delivery not so good that time. Celtic in possession once again. That's good running again from Telfer. Zarowski's dummy allows Hartson to collect. Miscued the pass for Keane. Ferdinand has Ronaldo waiting for Piqué to overlap him. So Piqué's run was in vain. He has to track back now as a strong challenge is made by Lennon on Rossi. Here's Maloney, giving some freedom to move inside. Now Keane. Telfer's all on his own on the far side of the field. He's been allowed to go wide. Wilson attacking from the left. Good interception made by Giggs. Richardson and Zaha combining. Richardson's pace is very significant here. He's taken right out of the play on Stephen McManus. Well, I think in other circumstances that might well be a yellow card.
Yes, he was committed to the tackle. Again, another learning curve for him. You see, he could have just shuffled the player out there instead of trying to win the ball. Shuffle him away from the goal and buy a bit of time.
Paul Scholes warming up. Well, it's a real welcome sight for these Manchester United supporters.
Yeah, big surprise on Saturday for him to be even on the substitutes bench, because they'd written him off for the season. And it was an ideal game in the Charlton match. They won 4-0 and they were always on top in that game.
Discussion about the free kick, which Ronaldo looks likely to take. Zaha walking in leisurely fashion to join the attack. Spilled there by Boruc, but it came to no harm for Celtic. Hit with great pace, that ball from Ronaldo. Boruc will not be happy with this.
It's a great strike. He really should have held on to it. He saw it all the way. There was no reason why. Just let it hit his chest and didn't hold on to it.
It was cleared by Keane, who turned and glared at him. Nothing changes.
Well, I think he's probably right. I don't think he can argue. If it had been a goal, I think he'd got more than a glare.
Very rare sight on a football pitch to see Roy Keane so free quickly. So relaxed, smiling. Although had no goals, but it certainly has not had any adverse effect on the atmosphere. It really is a carnival. Great pass from Giggs. That was Zaha. Rossi playing it wide. Now Richardson. Played such a crucial role last season, Richardson keeping West Bromwich Albion up. Wasn't there this season though. Back at United. A player with a big future, I think, Frank.
Oh, yeah, without doubt. He's getting better at all the games and the more experience he gets. But then again, the opportunities, you have to take them when you get on the pitch and get a chance here. You've got to take them. There isn't 3 or 4 games for you to settle in. You have to produce on the very first appearance.
Maloney's pass, here's Zurawski. Petrov. Played in first time there by Wilson, but with no real purpose. On his weaker side there for the cross. Well, not one dissenting voice inside the stadium as they show their appreciation, the crowd, for Roy Keane. That's good play by Ferdinand. Now Richardson has Evra breaking on the left. Richardson, the support from behind. Good dummy by Ferdinand. Giggs switching the play, and it's turned back for the corner by Maloney. An apology offered to his keeper.
Well, it's great disguise this from Giggs. Nobody actually saw it. I mean, everyone thought he was going for Saha, but just got it wrong. The header back was well read.
Ronaldo's corner kick. Popped away from the forehead there of McManus. Here's PK. Mistimed by Saha. Long way out, but he didn't really make contact the way he intended.
No, the conviction wasn't really there. But PK played a good ball, and Saha would have fancied himself. He's a very, very good header of the ball. Just caught the top of his head. Disappointed. Another one going to the World Cup, of course, with France.
Well, a short count, well in favour of Manchester United. 5 on target against Celtic's 2. Still would suggest one excellent save apiece, Boric and Howard. Howard from Maloney, Boric from Rossi. Oh, sure to see a lot of changes in the second half, Frank. I wonder what is the impact of Roy Keane changing team?
Well, it's really hard to say. I think it'll be interesting to see what happens. I feel that sometimes when you make that many changes, if the manager makes them at half-time, that's not so bad. But when it's throughout the second half, it takes so long for the players to get into it, it's almost over.
Keane family looking on. Then turning it back for Wilson. Keane's giving it straight to Ferdinand. Now Ronaldo can break. Saha wants it played through, but the decoy run is successful, allowing Richardson to come in from the left. Very tight angle there in the end for Ryan Giggs on his right foot, and Richardson's frustration is obvious.
Yeah, the first touch was poor, and then he slipped in the end. Very fortunate to even get to a red shirt. But they just didn't really taking the first touch on. It would have been in, and just the goalkeeper to beat.
So I like not looking quite so relaxed there, perhaps not entirely happy with the football on offer. And Gordon Strachan too has got some words of advice for his players. Not happy either.
Yeah, we've got a little bit of a lull in the play, haven't we? There's not been really that conviction that we maybe saw in the first 10 to 15 minutes. We're just lacking a goal, I think that's what it is.
Would it be normal too, Frank, for some of these players to know they'll play one half only?
Yeah, I think so. The manager will have told everybody what's happening, and you know, there'll be certain players, obviously ones who are not going to be involved in the World Cup, they may play longer, but I would think that most of the guys who've got international commitments will be taken off.
That's Evra playing it inside. It's intercepted well by Lennon. That'll be kept in play, I think. Evra and Giggs, both very quick players. Both would have made it, I think. And a punch by Boric. That looked like one he could have caught. Good headed layoff there by Zurawski. Keane to Hartson. Poor ball by the Welsh international. Now it's Ronaldo. Testing the pace of Wilson. Seldom found lacking, in fairness to the Celtic fullback. Now Ferdinand. Richardson. Vidic playing it in. It's won by Varga. Now Keane. Just a couple of minutes remaining of the first half in Celtic colours for Roy Keane. And a bit of careless play there, giving possession back to Manchester United. Piqué and Ferdinand. The urgency has dropped out of the play towards half-time.
Yeah, just I suppose it's a natural thing, and that's where it becomes a little bit boring for the supporters, because once the edge is not there, you know, they're not going to really try to create anything. Everything is just going to be easy, and no pressure passes are made.
Ledin going forward, he has the option ahead of Zurawski. Zurawski will be a key man for Poland in the World Cup. With Boric. There's Hartson. Space on the left for Maloney. That was good play by Maloney. Clearly fell. Surely, no, the referee hasn't given that. Well, he appeared to be bundled over by Piqué.
Yeah, my first feeling that he'd done him. He got him on the back foot, held him off with his arm. I thought it was a free kick.
Clear foul. Can't believe he didn't give that.
They are playing away. They're the ones you get at home.
Well, Gordon striking, taking it seriously, all right. The final minute of the 45. There's no time added on here. It looks as though Roy Keane's half in Celtic colours will end all even. Sir Alex Ferguson is saying he would be in the winning team in the second half before the game. And he will have that opportunity now. It's half-time at Old Trafford. The Roy Keane testimonial. No goals, but some very good football on display. With a half-time score. Manchester United 0, Celtic 0.